welcome to Firefall Live. This is our first show back after the holidays. It's been a great couple of weeks. We had some break, but now we're back to business.
Yeah.
So we had a really long break, actually. I went home for the holidays. I went up to Seattle and got to check out some Seahawks games. I decided to grow my hair out.
Yeah, it's coming in nice.
I've been shaving it for a while, and I decided to then grow it out over the holidays. People were wondering what I look like without my hat on. This is what it is. This is how I look.
You look very Disney.
Yeah.
Either that or
there's
like
a reason
Muppet.
Ariel was my favorite princess.
Yeah.
Right?
We did have talk about the coconut breasts from
coconut
earlier.
breasts, yeah.
Coconut breast is just like real close to shells.
Frank, what did you do for the holidays?
What did I do for the holidays? I gamed. I spent more money than I should have on Steam.
Oh, Steam sale was crazy.
Yeah.
It was good. It's a good sale.
So checked out games like Mark of the Ninja on your recommendation, FTL, all kinds of fun stuff. Finished Borderlands 2 finally. Still got to work on Assassin's Creed Revelations and stuff like that. But
awesome.
Yeah, a lot of gaming.
Yeah.
Tony, did you do anything cool?
I went back home to my hometown.
Where's that?
Hesperia, California. Yes, the desert. So I didn't do a damn thing. It was very boring. It was the desert. I got to spend time with my family, which was great.
I sense a little.
No, I love
attitude.
being at home with my mom and everyone for 2 weeks. I got to take out the trash and do chores like I'm freaking.
See, this is why I didn't go home.
16
Sorry,
again.
Mom, but literally, that's why I didn't go home.
Seriously, you back at home for like an hour, and she's like, "All right, laundry's done. You got to go pull it out and do laundry." I'm like, "What?
Not my laundry."
Here. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm like folding her shirts.
Every time my
thought
mom
this was
does
5
that, I'm
stars.
like, there's a hotel just a few blocks down. I'll see you guys later, and I'll stay there.
Here's the thing, Mexican mother.
Oh,
not Mexican mother.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a whole different ball game,
You would
man.
never live
That's
that
racist.
down.
You don't sass that. I sass now in the comfort of knowing that I'm like 2 hours away from her. But if I'm in the same room or even like within like chancla distance,
Two hours.
not
2 hours away is still. That's
bam.
That's
Seriously.
that's still definitely shoe distance.
Yeah.
2 hours
that's
away.
true. Yeah. She's scary.
We're all gonna be like,
dude.
just like duck.
Drive-by shoeing.
She's a freaking sniper with that thing.
Nice.
I've been hit by so many shoes in my life.
Oh, God. So the studio came back. A lot of people came back on the 3rd and then worked for a little bit.
A lot?
A handful of people came back on the 3rd.
Seriously.
Most of us took the rest of that week off as vacation. And so everybody came back on the 7th and have been working. And so that's where you guys got the patch that came out just yesterday.
Yep.
Was a small patch with some bug fixes and some changes and some things that we wanted to fix up. The milestone is kicking off right now. So kind of wanted to go through a little bit about what the milestone is for the next couple months up through March is basically what we're planning on right now. To talk a little bit about what's planned. The milestone is going to work a little bit differently this time because it's not like a big project that we're working towards and then releasing this big chunk of new content or new things or new features. It's actually split up into a lot of smaller teams with different due dates associated with those. So some teams will be working on something for only a week or so, and then we'll try to get that into the next patch unless it requires a branch of the build. And then they'll move on to something else, and they'll work on different things. So it's going to be a little bit more fluid this time.
So something similar to what we went through last time, but like
even less organized than that because we still had the chunks, right? We had the 3 patches, and they were
no, I know, but
less organized.
Well, I mean that was still chunk.
Yeah.
I expect things to come on board more interspersed throughout the period rather than all rolling up to a big launch.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot of things we're working on that we want to make happen. There's some business things that we need to take care of to get new billing systems online and get some things going. As 2013, this is our release year, so we really need to make sure that we have some of those things really highly polished and really working well. So expect to see some of the less fanciful features come on board, things that help us run the company better, right? So reporting and things like that. So some of that stuff is all back end, and you guys will never see anything. So don't freak out when you're like, why isn't anything happening? But some of the stuff that I know that we're working on is the PvP PvE split that we talked about before we went on break, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into details of that now. We're hoping that by end of next week we'll be able to have Xenogenic and maybe Crisis here on the show to talk about what is that split, what does it mean, how is it going to work, what does it mean for PvE leveling, what does it mean for PvP, so we can talk about all the details on that. But for right now, they're still putting their ideas into practice. So they want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to cause a big wrench in the plan before we talk about what the details are.
Right.
So that's a huge portion of the thing. We also got some more features. We want to fix up the challenge system because we saw problems with the Vex tournament. That we already fixed some bugs there, but we really need to simplify that process to really allow you guys as a community to run tournaments and do things like that.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of feedback on that, so be really good to get some of that in and adjusted so that it's easier for people to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of these smaller projects that are kind of working through different things. So unfortunately, I don't have a full list for you right now because we only started kicking it off yesterday and really talking to people, so breaking out. But hopefully by next week sometime I'll be able to at least type up a blog or a dev post to let you guys know what exactly is happening with those things. So that's kind of our milestone update. We're just kicking it off. The patch that you saw yesterday was just kind of what people could get done in the 5 days that we've been back. And so that's really just to kind of keep things stabilized and keep things working. We have a lot more back-end things that we're going to be working on this milestone just to make sure that we're ready for launching the game and that we have everything in place, as well as turning on more European features and things like that. Like for right now, people can't even buy Founders Packs or Red Beans because there's no good bill pay system for Europe yet.
Yeah.
So we want to fix those kind of things and make sure that they're ready to go because we need to run the business first. So expect those things to come online. But there's a lot more cool things that I can't really talk about right now that I'm hearing rumors about. But until we have things set, we obviously don't want to share those because who knows? I don't want to promise something until it's happening. But that's kind of the milestone update. I'm sorry it's so short of a milestone update, but we've only been back for really 5 days now. So.
Yeah.
But the community, you guys did not take a break. There's a lot that's happening in the community.
Tons of stuff. So bronodon.com.
Which was one of our first fan sites. Firefall PL was really our first fan site. Bronodon.com came on shortly after.
Yeah, they're working on, they're redesigning their website now. I told Punk that we have a screenshot that we were going to show on the stream, and this is something that they shared with us on Twitter. And she basically had a heart attack, and I'm pretty sure she was looking at her screen basically like the way James or Adam would look at me when they're like, when you're like,
Are you
hey,
sure you really want to show that?
Yeah, it's like, hey, we want to show off like a creature. It's not kind of ready.
It's not ready.
Welcome to our world, Punk.
Sorry, we're showing it anyway.
So they're redesigning their site. They're
Yeah.
making some new features.
It looks cool.
It does look pretty badass.
I like it's simple,
Yeah,
but like it pops.
no,
It
pops.
Pop.
Pop, pop. What is
So-
that? Pop, pop.
Community.
So
That's our new call sign.
Oh,
no, it's not.
Come on.
No.
No.
Just every time we see each other. Oh, pop, pop.
No, we're not.
No.
No? No team pop, pop?
So can we continue?
All right, fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Frank.
That sounds
We
so
took the
bad.
pop that went way too long.
You're just expanding it. I was done.
I really want to know what
ridiculous.
Team Pop Pop is. That's pretty.
Team pop, pop, man. We need shirts.
That's awful.
Okay, moving on.
So-
Bronodon.com. They've also not only do they have a redesign, they have some new features.
They're working on some new features like army functionality, like looking for armies and building your army on there. So, get armies.
So like an
stuff
army database
Sure.
For recruitment and things
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't get into all the details, but
That's cool though.
she showed me
that's
like another
awesome.
picture.
See, those are the kind of niche things that people can definitely do right now with fan sites. Is some of
Yeah.
the stuff that even if we want to do it in the future, we have priorities that we need to deal with, and that's a lower priority over getting things like server stability.
Yeah.
So doing those kind of things now really kind of sets your fan site apart from other fan sites and can really grow yourself a community there. So it's good.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to plug 8-Bit Tavern. Normally they join us in chat, but you can catch them. You catch them streaming Friday Night Firefalls. They do like silly stuff like scan hammer and ability only PvP.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So you can catch them on Twitch TV/8-Bit Tavern. They do a lot of cool, fun stuff. And the Vex Gaming Tournament obviously went on last weekend, and
Yeah, so that was a long tournament. It was
Yeah.
2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I watched as much as I could. It was actually pretty cool watching some of the teams go at it. They got all the way to nearly the finals,
nearly the final.
and that's when our challenge system broke down. I apologize, guys.
Yeah.
We tried to fix it as quickly as possible, but we weren't able to on the same day, so they had to postpone. So that means that the finals are actually happening this Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but they still have another game to play before that.
Right. but the finals will be happening this Sunday. So if you want to watch the finals of the Vex tournament, even if you missed all the rest of them, definitely tune in this Sunday to check out the semifinals and the finals to see who wins that tournament.
It's 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time?
3 Eastern.
3 Eastern.
3 Eastern, okay.
So noon Pacific.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even put that in the notes. But yes.
Sweet.
But
So the bug that we had with Challenge System should be fixed. To hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
yeah, should.
yeah. Yeah, a couple of cool things happened. Like obviously, like we all knew it. Hubris going 6-0 in the qualifiers.
Wow. Yeah, that was nuts. I watched
that-
some of the replays.
Yeah, they just turned it on. Unfortunately, Nerdsburg's dropped out, which I was really interested to see.
I blame Projectile and Mabel. You guys are to blame for that.
Yeah, I was really interested to see how those two teams would match up against each other.
I'm really interested because so Nerdsburgs won the very first Bronodon Brawl pretty handily. They kind of wiped the floor with most people.
Yeah,
Then they didn't play the second one, nor did they play the Vex tournament. And Hubris, which is Meta and Cool Matt, those guys came kind of up from that. And they've never played each other seriously.
right.
So I'm really interested to see who's going to win that.
Yeah, both
that
teams
team,
definitely
that
packed
matchup.
with skills, so it'd be really nice to see that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they went and dropped.
Watching them play just discouraged me so much because I was like,
You're like, you're never going to be that good?
Never, ever. Like, even if I just only played that, I'm just never going to be that good.
Yeah,
I
They're-
think you can
yeah. I mean,
you
it's,
can get
it's
there.
practice.
They're pretty damn good.
They are pretty.
It's
damn good.
ridiculous. They don't miss.
Most of those guys all stream, so if you guys
Yeah.
want to watch Meta, he streams. So Meta, Teet Woo or T2, depending on how you want to say it.
Teet Woo.
He streams as well a lot. Hellraiser streams a lot from Vex Gaming. So honestly, the more you guys stream, the better. It works out for us really well. So keep streaming, keep that stuff going. Really hope to see more and more streamers out there and more and more people watching those streams. It's really fun just talking to those guys because usually they're just chatting while they play, and you can get some tips and you can learn how they're doing things, and it's really nice.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, do we want to go through like the whole recap of the tournament?
If you want.
Sure. So then we had, of course, another highlight out of the qualifiers was the shot heard around the community. Superior. I mean, yeah, but
Superior cheating.
superior
No,
cheating, but
just
it's-
kidding, he didn't cheat.
It's a cool thing when it happens when you kill someone with a sniper rifle and you actually get 2 people in one shot,
Yeah.
2 kills. So you don't get it too often. And it's actually a really cool feeling. So it's
Yeah.
like,
The sniper rifle is one of the only weapons that actually has shoot through, so when you headshot somebody, it'll actually go through, and so you can actually potentially kill 2 people in one shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
because you don't play sniper.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Excuse me. So yeah, there was that. So then we get into Sunday. Sunday, we watched Get Vex play the extras,
Yeah.
and they Get Vex obviously wins that round. They go on to face Hubris, and
Or Hubris just
Hubris
stomped.
Hubris beat
much
him pretty
everybody,
well.
Yeah.
So then, so both of those teams wound up going down to losers bracket. Dark Hour played PvE Sports, and they kept it close. It was one of the only
PvE Sports.
PvE Sports. Love the name. That's Alandar's team.
Yeah.
It was with
Alandar, your
Tilter.
dad, all those guys.
Yeah. So, but that was one of the only series that went 2-1, like 2-1. So that one actually went to a
missed that
third
one.
game.
That's great.
Yeah. So the only other one was the Herd versus BRZ. Down
So that's a
in-
question to you guys that played in this tournament. When going up against these matches, I know some of them are just wildly scaled because Hubris is really good against some lower bracketed teams. That's how it's meant to be played. That the low, top tier plays against lowest tier in order to move forward. But did you feel like the matches were close? Did you feel like it was that you lost or that they won? Kind of give us a review of how you guys feel competition is happening in Firefall right now. I know there's obviously things like imbalances on the map. There's things like imbalances between the battle frames, and obviously we removed all constraints from tier 2, so there's some OP combinations
The
there.
balances there.
But overall, did you feel like we lost because they had a better strategy? We lost because they had were better aim, or did we lose because we didn't understand something? kind of give us a review of what the competition was, because it's really important for us to know what that high-level competition. We can watch, but we don't necessarily know what's going through your heads, or you're on your teams, or were you just getting disorganized, or what was going on. So letting us know kind of what happened would be great.
Maybe if we start a thread on the forums.
Yeah.
Vex tournament. If someone wants to start a thread, Vex tournament review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way it's all in one place.
So really from the players that played rather than the people watching.
Yeah, anyone that played. I don't know why I had to repeat that.
Anyone-
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
the players
repeating.
that played. So what he's saying is anyone that played. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
That clarity.
I'm glad I have a repeating person. He
is
lost
happy.
because Meta decided not to miss any shots. Nice.
Seriously. They were insane.
Yeah. Well, so let's move on then to tournament as it stands now.
Yeah, so the
Who we
tournament as
got?
it stands now, we're going to pick up this weekend, as we mentioned. Dark Hour's waiting. They're awaiting the outcome of the match between PEV Esports and Get Vexed.
Okay.
And then Dark Hour's going to play the winner of that. And then the winner of Dark Hour and of that match
Goes up against.
will go up
Hubris.
against Hubris one more time.
Okay. And then if they lose that, then they're
If
out. If they win that, then Hubris gets a second chance. And
Right.
'cause
So
it's double
Hubris, you have
elimination.
to beat Hubris twice, basically.
Man, beating them once is tough enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you beat them once, you're like lucky. And then you beat them twice.
I just don't see it
Hubris would
happening.
just curl into a ball and cry, I think, at that point. Good. That'll be fun. So
It was kind of like when our team went up against Justin's team in the last internal tournament, where it's like, oh my God, we're gonna knock the king off his throne. No, we beat him
Nah,
once. We
son.
couldn't do it. We couldn't repeat the second
Nah.
time.
just as Ioga, I guess I'm going to play right-handed now. Nice. So we'll definitely want to watch that tournament. It's noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on Vex Gaming channel on Twitch. So be sure to check that out. But something that we wanted to do before we went on break that we weren't able to do because it hadn't arrived on time. For those of you that remember and watched, Reyes came out to the studio and brought with him tons and tons of alcohol, which
And
was
Sully.
awesome. And Sully was with him, his brother as well. They came out and brought some awesome alcohol, which was donated as part of the community gift to Red 5. So thank you very much for that, for all of you that participated.
It was delicious.
I think most of it's gone at this point.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, we had that Christmas party right afterwards, so it was perfect timing.
It was like 75 bottles of Kraken, gone within a day.
Gone.
So that was great, but one of the things that didn't come was there was a special gift that Gareth and Alandar and everybody was working on that we didn't get to open at the time because it came a week later when we were already out of the office. So we have it here. We have not opened it.
So excited to see what it is.
So we're actually
I'm
going to
pretty
open
excited.
it live on Firefall Live to see what exactly you guys sent to us. Let me see if I grab the box.
Now, this was as I understand was designed by Alandar and provided by
It's heavy. It's nice and heavy.
provided by him. We have a list of people who
Get that hair out of my
contributed.
face.
Yeah, it's Gareth and the donators.
Is it a puppy? I hope it's not a puppy.
Well, it's been in a box for like 3 weeks. I hope it's not a puppy.
Holy shit.
What's in the box? K-Tab's got it.
What's in the box?
So you can see it's still sealed. We haven't.
Yeah,
opened
we haven't
up,
touched
so-
Packing slip's still fresh, cutting through the pack or the shipping
Oh,
notification,
man.
whatever there.
I'm so excited. I'm like,
This is great.
So excited.
And I just can't
I
hide
knew
it.
I would get him singing. I knew it.
I'm about to lose control. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and awesome. The razor came out.
That's not safe.
But after it's already open. So, you ready? You ready?
Yes.
We got packing on top. Let's get. Oh, man.
Thank you guys so much.
Paper.
Yes. It's kind of shaped like a car.
Oh, no.
What is that?
These look like they are custom Thumper bottle openers.
Oh man.
Damn. Wow, look at that. Dude.
This is sick.
Try to get it close to
Oh,
this camera
God.
here so you guys can see.
Extreme close up.
Am I on camera?
Whoa.
You guys see that?
Dude, look at
And
on
it
the
says,
back.
Merry Christmas from the community.
Sick.
So they've made enough for the entire Red 5 Studios team.
Heck yes.
Or-
So
That's amazing.
we will be bringing these back to the office and handing these out to the team today. Thank you all so very much. These are pretty cool.
And
They
you know
are,
what?
holy crap.
Dude, this is really cool. I'm like really
Can I see that
excited.
again, please?
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Where's
I
mine?
said, please. Wow. we are fighting over these already.
There's a box of them in front of us, and we're already
like,
fighting about
no,
it.
that one's
There's
mine.
like 100.
No, these are really cool, dude.
It's fantastic.
Gareth said that Alandar designed this.
Yeah, he's got his name right on
Yeah.
there.
Oh, it does?
Alandar 2012.
That's tight. So he said that the design, he was submitting for Alandar to the Do You Even Art Bro. Excuse me.
Are you
So-
choking up on
I was,
cheers?
yeah, we'll call it a choke up or a almost burp on live stream here. No, so Alandar, this is the design he was talking about. We're submitting for the Do You Even Art Bro. So
Okay.
So for, yeah.
good luck, because this is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
awesome.
it going this week or?
Oh no, it'll come.
right.
I'm kind of on a backlog. We got so
Yeah.
many submissions.
Cool,
We'll
cool.
talk about it later, but
Just want to make sure.
So that's the gift. Thank you very much to everybody that donated to that. Thank you to Gareth and Alandar and everybody that had a process in working on it, Ryjan and Soli. Sorry, I'm-
Everyone that donated, you know, we have
Yes.
Gareth gave me the list. It's like 40 people or something like that. So thank you all so much.
Thank you all very much.
yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll have Matthias Trumpfheller, our community manager from
Trumpfheller.
Trumpfheller.
Ah yes.
AKA Schinder from our German community coordinator, who's in Ireland right now. And
The
we'll be
Germans are
talking to him
laughing
'cause
back
our
there.
entire Ireland office is in the studio for the month, so that'll be pretty cool. We will be right back after this.
Dude, these are sweet.
How'd you get it? It's genetic. How'd you get it? It's genetic. How'd you get it? It's genetic. If I want to hit some booty, I go out and get it.
Are we filming right now?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Heidi-ho, campers. My wife left me, my son's probably a serial killer, and my dog speaks English. Tonight I'm gonna sleep at a bus station and I'm gonna eat Tang for dinner.
Okay, well, what we should really talk about here is that we have a standard issue Accord assault rifle. Now, what you should notice about this rifle is just how large it is. Look at the scope. Look at the scope. I just want to demonstrate for our viewers. I just want to.
Whoa, really?
Maybe just.
Really,
you
Karen?
know, I just want to show you how real and heavy and just substantial this
Karen.
gun is. I mean, I just
Karen,
think.
I'd be careful where you point.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh my God!
He's still alive.
Oh!
We're just fine. But look at how strong this gun makes me look. It's just, don't you wish that you could have a gun like this on your kitchen table?
Karen, what have you done?
And the meal that you could hunt. The meal that you could hunt with this rifle. I mean, the things you could kill. It's quite remarkable, really. And it looks like, I think, Phil's a little incapacitated, possibly for the rest of his life, thank God. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sign out for him. So I just want to thank all of the fans, all of the returning fans who came back, and all the new fans that we made here today. We are so grateful that you are here. We can't wait to see you next time at Firefall Fest. Once again, my name is Karen. That's
can't feel my legs.
That was Philip, and we had so much fun. Thanks again. See you next time.
Welcome back to Firefall Live. I'm Phobos, joined with FadedPez, and we have our special guest, Schinder, aka Matthias Trumpfheller.
Matthias!
Fine.
It's great to see you again.
It's very good to be back.
So Matthias has been with us for how long now? God,
I joined in July.
July.
So,
So he's been located in Ireland. He came out originally for a month and hung out with us here to learn about the studio.
Yeah.
But so far he's been in our Ireland office with Red 5 Ireland. As our first employee there.
Yep.
Really, you were
Yep.
setting up the office. You were doing everything out there. And now you're joined with a few other people that we'll try to meet over the rest of this month as we continue Firefall Lives. But tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the gaming industry?
Oh, that's, I have to go back quite some years. So I was beginning, like, when I was 4, I was playing on my first PC in black and white. It was a game called Dino Wars, like dinosaurs and computer games. Basically, you had a chess kind of view where you have to move the dinosaurs on the chess map. And when two dinosaurs met, there was like a fighting style game where you could play Tyrannosaurus Rex against the Triceratops or something like that. So
That would never happen. They were in totally different genre years.
I know, but still, it was a lot of fun.
It wasn't teaching you very good history.
No, it was not history, but it was fun. So after a while, my dad upgraded the PC, so we got the next version. So we had like colors for the first time. It was amazing. And after a while, I built my own PCs, and this developed into a hobby. And I think this is one of the constant in my life that I have is computer games and the gaming industry. Yeah. So yeah, that's the original motivation to think, well, maybe I could make a living in the computer gaming industry, which is not that common in Germany most of the time, because all companies that are in Germany at the time I wanted to go into the industry were like people who switched their field of expertise. Mm-hmm. So there were no courses of study that you could go on and learn about computer games, game design, and all that.
The universities didn't have programs or
anything.
So
I was one of the first programs on there, and so we learned the basic stuff that you could read in any book. Yeah. Design stuff, but we also had a cool motion capturing studio that was pretty nice. So we did some animations. We had one guy who was doing Taekwondo, so he could do very cool moves. Nice. So, and we tried to put this in a modification for the Half-Life Source engine, and
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, so even to get a job in Germany, like how many studios in Germany? I know Crytek's in Germany.
Well, there are some AAA studios like Crytek. This is one of the most popular outside of Germany. But beyond that, we have a lot of small gaming studios that do browser games, web game stuff.
So how did you get a start in the industry after you graduated?
Yeah, well, coming out of the university, I thought, well, maybe I should go to game design, but going into game design directly is kind of hard in any country.
Everybody wants to be a designer.
Exactly. Right. So my second choice was community management, which is very cool because you have the perks of both sides. Yeah. You're still a player, but you also get to see the development side. You learn more about the development. Yeah. You are part of the company, but you are able to translate what the community wants into what is realistic for the developers. So,
So what was your first?
So I tried to apply it at some companies like Crytek, for example, because I did my thesis with them. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this didn't work out. Right. So I got into GameForge, which is a browser game company.
They're a relatively large company.
Right? Yeah. They also do like license for Ion and Terra at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, I got into community management with GameForge and
in Germany or
in Germany. Okay. So I was located in Karlsruhe, which is not the major hub of the gaming industry. Right. There's only one gaming industry there. Yeah. So that was fun. I worked on a Star Trek licensed game, Star Trek Infinite Space. Yep. So
when he came for his interview, he brought blow up Batlefs.
Yeah, that's right.
We can play with.
That.
So and one part of the stuff that I did there was doing a Klingon language course on YouTube, like just every week or every other week we have like 2 minutes of Klingon phrases that you could learn from our guy that we met at the convention. So he's pretty awesome.
Did you learn anything?
I can say "Nukdak e puchpa e," which is like "Where's the toilet?" in Klingon.
That's something you want to learn in every language.
You should learn that. Yeah, if you crash on a Klingon planet and you have to go, you should know how to convert.
No, totally. But I know when I'm on Klingon and I'm looking for a bathroom, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Definitely, yeah.
That's great. So then you applied to us.
Well, Jeff found me and contacted me if I was interested in Red 5, and Red 5 was already on my radar because I really like to keep up with the latest news of the gaming industry and all that. And Red 5 started out as becoming more and more interesting. I mean, things like fighting Pipa and Sopa, not going to the E3 when you still could go, and things like that. This is something that for me was the initial thought that the gaming industry was all about. Like it's more about players. It's more. I mean, it's about earning money. We have to live, of course. But but still, if I just want to go to work, have a safe place, then I can be, I don't know, working at a post office, for example. Not to
Not a
offend
safe place
anybody.
in America, but
No, definitely not.
No, yeah. But the thing is that Red 5 was and still is like revolutionary.
sorry, being corrected on there's no planet Klingon. It's called Kronos.
All right.
I apologize to all
Nerds.
Trek fans out there. No, they're not. I watched every episode of Star Trek. I know it's called Kronos.
It's supposed to be irony.
Yes, that's
All
fine.
right.
Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah.
Continue. So you,
like I was saying,
Jeff contacted you. You had already known about us.
yeah, and Firefall, it's amazing. I saw videos and all that, and I already like that you had so many videos on the net that you could find.
Yeah.
It wasn't really accessible if you wouldn't know where to look
Yeah.
at the time, and so yeah, then I got into Red 5, and it's everything that I hoped for and even more. So I love every day. I love working for this company. This is, and I'm not saying this
Sucking up
just
now.
because I'm here.
Now it's like, oh, I love working here. It's so awesome. But no, I'm just kidding.
Don't send me back to Cork.
So our offices in Ireland are located in Cork. You had actually been to Cork before.
Yes, yes,
for
that's
schooling?
correct. Yeah. Well, I studied in Ireland and for one semester in Tralee, which is near to Cork, kind of. And actually, the university I was studying at had a partnership, or still has a partnership with the University of Cork. So it's a double degree that I have, like. And I've been to Cork a couple of times, so I know that city. Yeah.
So for those of you that haven't been to Cork, it's kind of a small metropolis. Like it's not a major city, but it's a suburb city, and it's a nice place to be. It's the south coast of Ireland. So what's the weather like there right now?
Overcast, like most of the time. It's
What-
nice
What's
to.
the weather like 6 months from now?
I think overcast.
Okay.
So being here, it's nice to see this big shiny ball in the sky.
The
that
moon's
is-
on fire, and you
yeah,
don't know
it's
why.
like warm, and
Yeah,
I don't know why.
weird.
Yeah, strange.
That's. I noticed you're wearing shorts, and everybody like Frank is over here in his heavy duty jacket.
I love this jacket.
Tony, I think, was curled up with a snuggie earlier.
Yeah. I think for Californian standards, it's still very cold today.
Yeah, no, it's relatively chilly for Californians.
Yeah.
So what do you do on a daily basis? What is your job as a German community coordinator? What are you looking to do? What do you try to do every day?
Yeah, checking out what the major issues are for the German community at the moment. We still have a lot of people asking for alternative payment methods. That's on our radar, of course. Yeah,
Which is why it's one of our milestone plans, guys. Like it's not.
yeah, definitely. And also, I'm working with Carsten about the
He's one of our translators.
our translators, about the German translation, for example. So we sparked a discussion about new. Should we translate everything? Should we translate the melding into Schmelze, which most of the guys don't like, I guess. Or should we?
Schmelze? What?
It's like the literal translation that you.
Oh,
could
how
do.
did you pronounce it?
Schmelze.
Schmelze?
Like SCHMELZE.
Schmelze. Oh, yeah.
Schmelze.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
So yeah.
Yes, it's Celsius.
Yeah, things like that. Like
So trying to figure out what's the best for the German community.
what are the needs for the German community? We also have a bug forum.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we opened up a couple of German forums
Yeah,
for those
yeah.
guys.
So they are there. And also, I mean, we're working on the web presence, of course. This is something that the community demanded, and we know about that, but it takes some time to get to that
Yeah,
point.
we're working on new website stuff for both French and German.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have that online
And
soon.
he's teaching me German.
Yeah,
I heard that the only thing he was teaching you was swear words, so.
the obvious.
Well, no, I mean, that's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
The only thing you need to know is where's the bathroom, which is wo ist die Toilette.
Wow, slow down. All I know is like verdammte Scheiße. That's all. Between Matthias and Carter, they taught me like maybe a dozen phrases while we were at Gamescom, and all I remember is verdammte Scheiße.
That's so wrong.
It's a beautiful word.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of the.
Wow, you have a person who loves you there.
All right, that's.
Who's that, Drake?
Thank you, Eric Kikiki.
But
Oh,
also-
that's Keck.
Yeah.
You called me a bitch, but yeah.
But he loves you because you're his bitch.
Yes, I think that's right. But also the thing is that everybody outside of Germany pronounces my nickname wrong. Like it's always not Schinder, it's always Schneider or Snyder or something like that. So
Oh, can you reverse the N and I?
so I already can see that.
What
this
does
one's not-
Schinder mean?
Flayer, like
Flayer? Like
Flayer?
someone who flays a body?
yes. Like the little guys in Diablo 2 Act 3 that came to you, stepped
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and run away. Yeah.
So that's a very disturbing nickname for you. I wonder if I should make you change that. No.
Wow.
Poor cheese is over there.
Yeah.
So what are your goals for the German community? What would you like to see the German community do, or what would you like to do for the German community?
Well, one of the goals, also while I'm here, is also to talk about the voiceover stuff. So catching up with the English version of the voiceovers, getting to a point where we release everything at the same time, like news. This is working most of the time at the moment. Because of the time difference, there are also sometimes because when the patches were being rolled out and the patch notes are just written, it's hard to catch up or it's hard to plan for something like that.
Yeah.
So this is something that we will more work more on.
Yeah.
Also getting the whole experience outside of the game. Like I go to a German website, everything is in German, the news are in German, things like that.
Yep.
Those are, I think, the major things that are missing at the moment, and will direct more German players to the game as well. Yeah, things like that.
Awesome. Well, do you have anything you want to say to the German community?
Ja, auf jeden Fall zuerst würde ich sagen, dass es eine super Atmosphäre ist. Es ist schön, dass ich hier reden kann, weil beide von denen verstehen gar nicht, was ich gerade sage. Aber im Forum, die Atmosphäre ist super, ihr arbeitet schön, ihr seid freundlich zueinander, das gefällt mir ziemlich gut. Macht auf jeden Fall Spaß, weiter so. Und während ich hier bin, wie gesagt, versuche ich Details rauszufinden. Und
Carson, what's he calling us?
Yeah, Carson's over like chuckling, so I'm like, what is he saying about us here? Ich verstehe ein bisschen Deutsch, but not that much.
ja. Er spricht ein bisschen Deutsch. Aber wie gesagt, also ich gucke, dass wir so ein paar Details rausfinden, was es Neues gibt. Und Übersetzungen und so ein Kram. Darum kümmere ich mich. Ja. So I'm just saying that you guys are very cool and
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
It's
believe
nice
him.
being here.
Somebody out there who speaks German, if he really said something bad about me, let me know. We'll deal with this.
Yeah.
He said that Phobos looked better with long hair.
Well, you do have like a strand poking out from
do
under
I?
your hat.
Yes. It's still in there.
There we go. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Matthias. We'll see you back at the office, but thank you for coming out. We'll introduce more of the Ireland crew over this month because you guys are out here for the next month.
Yep.
And that'll be great. But thank you very much for coming and joining us. We really appreciate having you here.
Yep.
Thank you for being our German community coordinator.
Good to be here. And also one shout out to Drake. I will go to the Czech Polish forum. So
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with Tony, and we'll do You Even Art, Bro?
Bro.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hi everyone, my name's Daniel, this here's James, and that's Allison. We make a web show called Extra Credits, but today we're here to do something a little out of the ordinary. We'd like to talk about a specific game company. We want to talk to you about Red 5, the guys working on Firefall. Over the last few weeks, we've spoken with, visited, and even campaigned against SOPA with members of their team. We really like these guys, and so we've decided that we want to do whatever we can to help them out. Now, don't misunderstand me. We're not here to endorse Firefall. I do have really high hopes for it, but I'll be honest, it's very ambitious. It is rife with design and development dangers that, with any less of a team, I'd wager against the project ever coming out. But, like I said, we like the guys at Red 5, and I would love to see their gamble pay off. If Red 5 fails, they'll have failed doing the right thing. So we've chosen to make a series of videos to try and explain both the game and the company behind it. So, why are we so interested in helping these guys out? First, it's the fact that Red 5 is committed to improving the free-to-play model. We've said several times on Extra Credits that free-to-play is really the ideal model for both the consumer and the developer, but only if done right. Most people today attach a stigma to free-to-play games because, well, a lot of them are shoddily done, rushed, or just plain poorly localized with the idea that they can grab a quick buck. Well, we've had a good look at Firefall, and yeah, it's a AAA game. They just happen to be releasing it for free. All the production value and the depth is there. They're focusing on a smaller initial content drop than most major MMOs that make you purchase the game up front, but for a game of this nature, I think that's actually the smart way to go. But we'll get more into that later. Our second reason for supporting this team is that they're dedicated to innovating. Dedicated in a way that would terrify most major publishers. These guys are trying to build an open-world MMO first-person shooter with tribe-style gameplay and a truly player-driven evolving storyline. You gotta hand it to them, it's certainly not a WoW clone. Of course, the problem with creating something that no one's ever really seen before is that it can be very hard to explain or market it. And when you're building a AAA MMO, that prospect is terrifying. But they're doing it anyway, and that takes some guts. And they may not pull it off. It might turn out the game sucks, and if that's what happens, then don't pay them a cent. It's free to play, you don't have to. But the game might not suck. It might actually turn out pretty awesome, and even break new ground for this medium. And I'll be darned if we let this game fail just because no one knows how to market it. So I mentioned earlier that Firefall would have player-driven story, and that could use further explanation, because to us it's one of the most exciting things about this game. James here has been doing the circuit of GDC, Login, and GDCO for the last few years, arguing that the future in MMO narrative isn't just trying to rip everything we know about single-player storytelling in RPGs and forcing it into an MMO environment. Instead, MMO storytelling should be about letting the community help to shape the narrative of their world. And whenever James talks about this, one of the stories he always tells is about an old collectible card game called The Legend of the Five Rings. I don't have time to tell the whole story here, but I highly recommend looking it up. What those guys managed to do with nothing but clipboards, some pen and paper, and a room full of players is still amazing. It's one of the coolest examples of community-driven storytelling in gaming history. So, imagine our surprise when we stopped by Red 5 Studios and ran into some of the main folks behind Legend of the Five Rings, who are now helping to design Firefall. Firefall will be story-driven, but not in the same way as an MMO like the Old Republic. You won't be seeing tons of dialogue options or moral choices, but you will be affecting the world. This world will be yours in a way that no other MMO world ever has been. This is totally uncharted territory, though, and it's going to be tough to pull off. But Red 5 seems like they've got the team and the desire to take on that challenge. Last, but certainly not least, we have to talk about the efforts of Mark Kern, Red 5 CEO, and the company as a whole to try to do what's right, even if it'll cost them money. Some of you may have seen the video we did with Mark a few months back, where we called for a boycott of E3 in order to get the ESA to stop supporting SOPA. Mark leapt at the chance to be a part of that video, and chose to withdraw Red 5 from E3 when doing so seemed like an enormous risk. That decision was going to cost them publicity, which they desperately needed. But they still did it, because he and many others at the company thought it was the right thing to do. More than that, they took the $50,000 they were planning to spend marketing Firefall at E3 and put it towards fighting SOPA. It's rare enough that you get to see a company stand on principle, and I would love to see those actions rewarded. Firefall might fail. It might be a disaster. It might be one of those games we all laugh about for years to come. But we would rather be part of that failure than part of the 1,000 safe, forgettable, middling successes that briefly grace the shelves each year. And if Firefall doesn't fail, if they manage to do what they're setting out to, then they're going to break some exciting new ground for gaming. They'll get the entire industry to rethink what free-to-play means, and open up new areas of design for others to run with. So, over the coming months, expect to see a few more of these from us trying to break down some of the innovations they're attempting to deliver, and helping to communicate this radical project they're engaged in. Thank you for your attention, and to everybody at Red 5, good luck. We're rooting for you.
Welcome back to Firefall Live. We are joined again by ThaCheez, aka Tony Reyes.
Woo!
And we're back with FadedPez and myself, Phobos. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us on our first show back from the break.
Hell yeah.
One thing before we jump into the next topic, there were a couple questions that happened up on the chat here, which was what European communities we're going to be supporting. So to start with, Firefall will be released in English, German, and French. Those are the three languages that we're planning on. So that means, yeah. Please don't
I
ever.
spoke 3 different languages this Firefall Live.
Oh my God. I wouldn't call what you just did speaking a language.
Nope.
But, so those are the 3 languages that we're going to be releasing in. Those are the 3 communities that we'll actually have for. That doesn't mean that we don't want to support the Nordic regions or anywhere else, but we found that those are the 3 that we can focus on for right now. And then we'll expand later into potentially Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, everything else. So it kind of depends on what's going on. The Asian, actually Russia, Asia, Australia, South America are all done by a different company. The 9 owns rights to those.
Good thing we don't have to localize Australia.
Yeah, localizing Australia was going to be a pain in the ass. You know how many g'day mates we have to add to the game? I'm sorry, Australia.
Wow.
I'm really sorry.
Wow.
I love Australia.
You make fun of my French.
Reel that back in. Reel it back in, Matt. Oh, man. You know how many shrimp on the bobbies we're gonna have? Oh God, this is gonna be traumatic.
They call all shrimp prawns, actually. But
What?
they do.
Yeah.
Even though prawns and shrimp are different, they call them all prawns.
Anyway.
Anyways, moving on.
Wow.
So the only languages that we're focused on are the Western European languages, North America. So Canadian. We have to- A.
Just put A at the end.
I'm happy to make fun of Canada.
A boot.
What are they gonna do?
What are they
really?
gonna do? They're gonna be like
Canada.
It's okay.
Landslide might give you a stern look.
Yeah, whatever. He's still an intern. So those are the languages that we're focused on. So expect more to grow later on. But English is probably going to be the primary language for most people, and we'll be out there. There has been a discussion about how do we do different chat channels and things like that on European servers, because when you join, you're just put with everybody. We don't know. We don't have a good solution for that just yet, so we're still talking about how that's going to work. So for right now, like, we don't want to segregate our community and be like, the German players only play with other Germans, and the Nordic players only play with Nordic, and the UK
it doesn't feel
only play
good.
with UK. They're all going to play together, but how do they communicate effectively is the question. So those are the languages that we're supporting. Those are the places that will be for the near term. Future, who knows what that holds. But I just wanted to answer that question.
Cool.
Speaking of questions that have come up on the forums, some topics. So what we like to do on Firefall Live is we like to take a topic from the forums and kind of discuss it a little bit and figure out what can we do to solve this problem. The goal is not to come away from this with a solution, but it's to expand the debate and to expand the discussion so that you guys can take it back to the forums and continue the discussion there and really help us identify what are our goals with the thing. So I think this topic that you picked out this week was about death penalty.
Whoa.
Dude.
Not capital offense death penalty,
Oh.
but what happens in game when your character dies. Obviously, I think we need to separate PvP from PvE and say that this is really talking about open world death penalty, not in-game or in arena type format death penalty. So when you're in the open world and your character dies, should you have a death penalty? Should you have something that makes you afraid of dying or penalizes you in some way so that you're afraid?
Encourages you to live. Live!
So that
YOLO.
could run the gamut from I can see people here saying like permadeath, right? That's one of the hardcore death penalties is that you die, you're dead, you have to start all over.
Yes, Star Wars Galaxies did that with their original Jedi.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. All the way to the other side that there is no death penalty and you can die whenever you want and you respawn and you're fine. Currently in game, you die, you respawn, and the only penalty is that you go to the nearest spawn point.
Yeah, and you have to travel back to where you were if you want to even go there again.
Right. So the question is Tony, how do you feel about death penalty? Do you think there should be a death penalty? And if so, at what extreme?
Have you ever seen me play before?
Yeah, you die a lot.
So, needless to say, I hate death penalties. I hate them. I want to go explore. I want to go have fun. Look, I'm already scared enough about dying in real life that I don't need to worry about dying in game. I hate it. I want to jump off a ledge and try and survive. I want to survive without having to like go all the way back. Like I want to have fun, man. Come on.
So you shouldn't just die at all. You just want invulnerability. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's why I go into the design build sometimes. I play in there sometimes. It's like I turn on max power.
The gun buff.
The gun buff. I like.
Bring it back.
Okay,
bring it back.
sorry. Okay. No, I don't like death. I mean, obviously we need to have something. I think the way it is decent. But if we start taking away like in Grand Theft Auto, when you die, you like if you have to go to the hospital or something, you lose all your guns and stuff. I hated it. I would turn off my Xbox and then turn it back on, literally.
And load up the game again and play.
You're the reason why I have to sit there and
frustrated.
wait when it says, when this symbol is playing, do not turn off your Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Culprit.
Right here. That's fine.
Okay. So you're no death penalty whatsoever.
Okay, I will accept where it's at right now that you get
travel time.
Travel time to go back. That's fine. Other than that, I'm totally against it.
Okay.
I think there should be a death penalty. I think it's a good way to disincentivize people from like
disincentivize.
Whatever.
Okay. No, I like it. I mean, it's
Busted out the word calendar today.
But it's like
that's right.
Rather than incentivize, we want to disincentivize you.
Yeah, we don't like the opposite of encourage you to go out and die. I mean, like do stupid stuff. I mean, obviously, we want you to do silly things and like
Right.
like that.
No, we
but-
want you to have fun, like Tony's saying. We don't want you to feel like this penalty is a drag
Right.
on your
But I think it's like a matter of like, what do you want? Like I see some people mentioning XP debts and stuff like that, where it's like, see, I told you your hair's like poking out. You're going like it's.
I just have like hair.
You're going bald and everything.
You look like Dumbledore pulling on a memory, like, ooh.
I'm gonna save that in my pensieve. Anyways,
So-
thank you, Tony.
So people are mentioning XP debt. Focus.
Sorry.
And then, or do you want to do like a money sink where it's like
Durability. Or,
durability or something like that, or like the Borderlands style where it's like you just lose a percentage. Well, not saying like you're gonna lose a percentage of your Chris type, but like something to like make a money sink to
Well, you
sort
have
of
to pay
balance
for
out.
the respawn.
Right, balance out the economy and like in that way or something
So,
like that.
I mean,
so.
people here are talking about clone costs, which has happened. Like Eve has their your ship. You have your cost of losing your ship,
Right.
which you then have insurance on. But you also, if you get potted, you have the clone that you have to have insurance on. And,
Right, the amount of skill points you have or something like that. Yeah.
Right. So that's a possibility. I mean, we do talk about that. You know, our lore says that you're arc ported back right before death, or
Yeah.
you're reconstituted from material. But so should there be a cost for that? What is the association? So I think that durability is one that we've talked about. Like, should armor or should your battle frame or your weapons have durability? That the more often you die, you would lose the durability. Obviously not in PvP. So before people freak out, don't
Freak out. Chill, bro.
PvP is separate, PvE, but in the open world, that you would lose a section of your durability that you would have to then pay for. And yes, that is a sink, right? That is a way to get resources and crystite out of the world in order for you to continue playing at maximum level. Other ways that I've seen people do that we have other games do, like a sickness, resurrection sickness.
Yep.
That is only a temporary debuff, so that there's a penalty for like 10 minutes that, okay, now you're not as maximum as you could be for that time period, but it goes away on its own. There's no cost to it. You could go old school with EverQuest and actually have
D-level or
D-level with like losing experience and actually lose access to
I think
equipment.
that's awful.
I think that's pretty extreme. Although,
EverQuest 2 changed it into XP debt, which I think was better because you're not taking away, you're just
right, you're creating a debt.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that the best stories I have from any MMO is corpse runs in EverQuest. Going to get your equipment back after dying deep in lower Guck is probably one of the most intense stories that I've ever had and the most fun I've ever had in an MMO. But it's fun that you're pissed about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just fall into a deep, serious nerd rage at my desk.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is I think the gaming community has probably changed enough over time that those kind of penalties are harsh for the majority of users.
Yeah.
That's not to say that there's not a market for that. Darkfall and other games are the more hardcore games.
Yeah.
Definitely have more hardcore penalties to death. But it's a question of. So I mean, there's two questions. One, should there be a penalty at all? Which I think we all agree on, even Tony, that there should be at least something.
Yeah.
Because if there's no penalty at all, like you respawn right in the same location.
Oh, that would be.
Then
It'd
what's
be
the
awful,
point?
yeah.
Yeah.
But what is a death penalty range for people? What do you guys want to see for the penalty for dropping thumpers? I'm looking at you, Oil Spill. Poor Oil Spill. We're gonna have to change that voiceover.
Seriously.
We did, I think. I don't think he says, sorry, I dropped another one. He's like, oh, you found it. Like they cut like the one part out or something.
Anyways, so should we have some information? I don't know what Keck is talking about there, but what is the range for you guys? So this is my question to the community, back to you guys, is death penalty. I think we're all, yes, there should be some sort of penalty. What does the death penalty mean, and at what range should it be? And let's talk about things from just a time sink, right? So there's no cost associated with it. That time sink could be, what is that time sink? What length of time is that time sink?
Right.
If it's just travel time, you're talking a couple minutes. If it's a resurrection sickness or something, you're talking, how long of a sickness should there be?
Right.
What is the time sink associated? Or if it's an
XP debt, how much
What is
debt?
the time? If it's a cost sink, what is the cost associated with that? Should it be all resources? Should it just be crystite? Should it? And this comes with
all resources would suck.
well, I mean, for instance, durability could cost you a certain type of resource depending on what you have equipped.
All right.
So is it a durability type cost where you have to rebuild certain equipment or add back into it? Is it a loss of equipment? So like whatever you were, as we get, we have talked about bringing loot back into the game, like the idea that you pick up loot rather than just resources. So an idea could be that you lose the loot that you've lost, and you might have to go get that back, which could add back to the corpse run attitude. So there's some ideas here. Let us know. There's already a thread in the beta discussion forums talking about death penalties.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bump that thread and start talking about what do you guys think of death penalties? What are your limits? Talk about your extremes. I don't want it to go above this, but I don't want it to go below this. I think there should be a minimum penalty.
Right.
But what is the maximum penalty as well? What is your extreme? So that we can figure that out. I think it's an interesting discussion. It's something that we'll need to talk about further. I do believe that there should be some kind of penalty, but what is the limit? So we are going to move on to
Yes, my favorite part. Do you even art, bro?
Yes.
I love that you came up with that name. I think about it every day of my
Dost
life.
thou even sculpt, brethren?
How long have you had that in your pocket? Like you were like, I can't wait. Oh,
awesome.
there it is.
Bam!
Boom.
Doth thou
Oh my
even
God.
sculpt, brethren?
Oh, that was fun.
I was sitting on something for a while, and I was like, what the hell am I going to use for art?
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Whatever.
So going on to, we started this competition last month, the month of December, and sorry, and the winner of the first month of the competition was between Mad Marty and Tarek, and Tarek is the winner.
Yep.
With 70% of the votes, Tarek. Oil
Congratulations.
spills desk. Everyone gets a kick out of it. It was hilarious.
It's very Far Side, so I
is.
think that's what won him over.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's just so funny. I love looking at that. Anyway, so Tarek, I have your address. You are going to be receiving a poster, the Firefall poster signed by the art department. It might
I hope
just
we don't
be
see it on
me,
eBay.
Just signing all of the signatures. eBay? No, Tarek, if you put it on eBay, I will cry.
I will cry too.
Many tears.
He cries already. Don't worry.
But the upside is, if he cries many tears, we can wipe him with a sweat rag and then sell that.
Oh,
You can sell Tony's tears.
Tony tears.
Tony tears.
Tony tears. $9.99.
I think you're overestimating how much this is worth.
My tear. Anyway, okay. So for the brand new month, we've got our first new submissions. So our first submission here for January is from Legend 57. This is something different.
Yeah, it's
that I
definitely
never
new.
even thought about, but this is really cool.
Yeah.
He has designed T-shirts for all of the battle frames. So like right here, we've got the Accord Dreadnoughts, and they've got like the design up front, the name, and then kind of like a tribal symbol off to the side. I love the Red 5 logo on the sleeve there. I mean, I would wear that.
They're definitely sweet. I wish the tribal swirl was like the Spicy Owls logo, like the fish.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty neat.
I don't know.
Poor engineer doesn't have a backpack. He's got his
I know,
arm.
it's just like, here's your arm plate.
Here's
Like,
your arm.
man.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I've always kind of liked tribal stuff.
You would.
How does that? What does that mean?
That's
you would?
racist.
That what? I think it looks cool. I mean, I'm not in like, yeah, bro, I got my tribal tag around my bicep. So that way when I flex, I'm looking at him like, oh, I'm Hawaiian. But I'm not. Anyway.
I think you should be offended by that.
Oh, yeah.
I am actually kind of offended by that.
Oh, I'm
wait.
Frankie's cousin. Oh. Tribal tats.
Dude, you don't even want to go
Andrew
there.
Dice Clay.
First
came
of all-
out nowhere.
First of all, you sound like one of my Greek friends trying to act like one of my cousins.
All right.
Anyway.
Moving on.
So moving on, the next submission, this was Legend 57. This is Terracon, and
really cool.
right,
Yeah.
this is pretty sweet.
Is that supposed to be the Trans Hub
Yeah.
building, like
It's
flying
like-
somewhere?
Well, I mean, that is
Floating.
part of a ship, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's part of a ship. At least
Artist, is that part of a ship or is it building,
Adam,
like,
is
I
Adam
don't
still
know.
watching?
I don't know. I'm wondering if people always say it's a ship that like it looks like a ship, but
Yeah,
No, I heard from Bobby that it's part of a ship.
okay. Well, if Bobby says it's part of a ship, it's part of a ship.
I like it. I like that it looks like a sad face there. It's like, oh, don't shoot me.
Oh,
Yeah.
You thought that was a Titan. I don't think that's a Titan.
It's not. It's actually a chosen base thing.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was.
It's actually from an old picture, Southwest Mesa.
Yeah.
Or South American jungle.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
either way, really cool design. I love the colors that he used, the sky. I love a lot of things about this. So
Yeah, it's-
this was Terracon, and our last submission. I think you would like this. This is from Ben here. This took him a long time, but he finally got it finished. The Phobos bobblehead. I did not promise to wear the Santa hat, and if you watched our Christmas special before break, you saw that we did get him in that Santa hat. We were very happy. This is my personal favorite.
Banned.
Okay, who made this again?
Benier, B-E-N.
The detail's fantastic. It's
And man.
uncanny.
So your parting gift might be a poster, Benier. No, I really like it. It's cool. He's got the hat, the
I
facial
look
hair.
high.
I did not promise to wear the Santa hat, bro. I like it
Bro.
though. This is I think we should make these. I don't know. I love one on my desk. Like,
I would
hey,
not want one on my desk.
dude, a little Matt bobblehead.
Watching you work.
It'd be great. Can I leave early
Nodding
today?
at you. Yeah, nodding at you
Yes.
constantly.
All right, bye.
Okay.
So-
that's your vote?
I mean, well, we have one more honorable mention.
Honorable
that came
mention.
in. This was from.
I love it.
John Sue.
This is John Sue, who was just trying to take up my time, trying to sort through emails.
Hey, we're sitting there like, you can just go in the back, grab a poster, and like ask people to sign it for you. Like, you
like,
don't have to win,
John,
dude.
I'm not gonna give you a Firefall poster. Like what's going on? So anyway, we thought we'd show it.
Yeah, because everyone enjoys Beatall's artwork.
Yeah, John Sue's amazing. He's amazing.
So we'll post this on the forums
Yeah.
for you guys.
That way you can check it out. So let's vote on these three that we have. We have the T-shirts. We have the attack, we'll call it.
Yep.
And we have the bobblehead. I really like the shirts. The shirts are really close, but that Phobos bobblehead, I just love it so much. Phobos bobblehead is my vote. Frank?
I'm going to go with Terracon's painting. I really like the attack.
Ooh.
I really
Voting
like the way
against Phobos. That's a dangerous move.
I don't know. That also might save my career.
That is true. That is true. I really want to make those. Like, I don't know how that happens. Like, who we send that to, but we should
There
get
actually
them
is a
done.
company. I thought about making one for James a while back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Are
Christmas.
you going to have the hands like this?
Yeah. We'll have the hands move. His head will stay still. His hands will move.
I have a Lewis Black one that's like that. It's like this. Anyway, your vote. You break.
I got to vote for Terracon as well. I think that one's really cool. I like the art of it. So
Okay.
I think Terracon's going to be my winner as well.
All right, so Terracon, you have won the first round of the January competition, which will mean that you are going to go up against the other two winners for the next 2 weeks. And at the end of the month, I'll be posting all 3 of your submissions up on the forums, and the community will vote for the final winner. And our January winner will have that prize sent to them, the signed Firefall poster from our art department. And what I wanted to do was at the end of the year have like just like an extra tournament of champions, if you will. Yes. Tournament of champions.
Art sports.
Art sports. Do you even art sports?
No.
Okay. So it'll just be a competition.
We're gonna hold it in LA. We'll have a grand ceremony.
All 6 of you can come down. We're gonna have a big competition with all the winners from each month, and you will win the grand prize of To Be Determined.
That's a big prize.
That's a big
Big prize.
That
Don't
could be
wanna
Big
anything.
announcement.
You don't want to miss out on that prize.
It could be anything.
TBDs.
It could even be the words "to be determined." Tony might call you up and just say "to be determined."
To be
That's
determined.
it. Boom.
Click.
Done.
It could even
And that
be
would
a
be-
vote.
Hopefully, that would not be the highlight of your year. But
Tony.
Oh God. I'm terrible on the phone. I hate talking on the phone. I'm a texter. Anyway,
Well, thank you very much for all submissions. We really appreciate it. Keep those submissions coming.
We've got a lot.
Red5studios.com.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. We'll just, even if it's not gets in this month, it'll just be backlogged for
Yep.
future months. So keep those coming. A couple reminders. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Firefall.
Twitter.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/Red5Studios. And the Stage 5 TV YouTube channel could always use some more subscribers.
Yep.
We post videos as often as we can, so youtube.com/stage5tv or stage5.tv will work as well. That'll go there as well. So enjoy, guys. We will talk to you guys later. We'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll have Xeno and Crisis on to talk about PvP and PvE split.
Xenogenic.
Have a good week. Vex tournament Sunday. Be there.
Yes.
Yep.
New